Hey, so this is my first time ever going live. Ever. I'm excited to be able to do this video. So I wanted to talk about all of the hoopla that's been going on with Young Pharaoh and Golden Beauty. They recently went live together, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I could believe it based off of the rants and everything that he's been doing lately, but it's so disheartening and disappointing to see Young Pharaoh fall from grace. And the fact that he's a Virgo, I'm a Virgo, that's my sun sign. You know I ride for Virgos, but if y'all checked out my Dating a Virgo Man video, then you will actually see me praise them, but also give you warning signs. Like, Virgo men can be extremely erratic. Virgo men are very intellectual. Virgo men swear they know everything. They always have to be right. They can be extremely argumentative. Virgo men also love really hard. I'm a Virgo sun, but I'm a woman. So we do absolutely get attached, and it's sometimes hard to break those bonds. Even when we're the ones that cause the discord and we are the ones that are the culprits for why we have to break up, it's still hard because Lord knows I done been a little toxic. And I unintentionally did things to people that I love, and then I was trying to get them back. It was just hard to just completely sever ties and move forward. But as far as Young Pharaoh is concerned, the fact that he literally was on live calling his baby mother the mother of his two female children. I don't really like to use the term female. I feel like it's just weird. But I'd rather say woman or girl child. A B word. A bitch, 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 all day. And every time she tried to get a word in, he just overtalked her. Classic narcissism tactics. Over talking, gaslighting, trying to force her hand, like, tell me you don't sell. Say you don't sell. Say you don't sell. And I feel like he was doing that because he was trying to justify the fact that he's now dealing with an OnlyFans girl. I'm not going to call her a porn star per se, but who knows what she does in her waking life. And she is on Pornhub, so it's safe to say that she's a porn star. He kept accusing Golden of, being in the same vein as Martina because he wants to justify him doing OnlyFans with Martina, because I don't believe that he really feels the greatest about that. Oh, you could play with filters. I don't think he feels too good about the fact that he did that. Like, no, let's just leave it regular. Like I said, I've never been on live before, so I don't know. But I don't think he feels good about the decisions that he's made, and I'm so disappointed because I love Pharaoh. Like, I actually was a avid listener. I always viewed his channel. Like, I was rooting for him. Like, I wanted him to be successful and to continue to climb the ladder, and all that has come out, like, I have seen him take zero accountability, which is another Virgo trait that, is hard because Virgos always think they're right. And usually they are in certain situations, but when it comes to matters of the heart and emotional situations with Virgo men, it is extremely hard for them to ever admit fault. Like, they will blame everybody else, the mama, the daddy, the uncle, the crack kid up the street, the bum on the corner, before they actually say, you know what, this is my fault. This is something that I caused on myself, and now I have to lay in the bed that I made. He kept accusing Golden of selling, herself or whatever. But then he was like, well, you sold it to me. And it's like, bro, that's your baby mama. You didn't breed that chick 2 times, and you sitting up here saying that you was paying for her vagina? How does that make you look? Like a bozo, perhaps? Like a trick, perhaps? So in his attempt to try to out her and make her look bad, he kind of made himself look stupid. Like, why you paying your baby mama on 5 different occasions for something that was already yours? Does anybody have any explanations for that? Because that don't make no sense. The only thing I could come up with, my Virgo ex kept blaming his mother for choosing his ex. See, they don't take accountability. It's always like my mother, my cousin, my aunt, my sister. They never take accountability. Like, and that is one of the things that I have conquered. Like, when I was younger, I had an extremely hard time taking accountability because, we do get victimized in situations. We do have instances where fucked up shit happens, but ultimately you grow up, you gotta take accountability for yourself, because everything that happened to you, it does, and it absolutely shapes you to a certain degree, but we ultimately have control over ourselves. We have control, we govern our own lives and our own worlds, and Pharaoh did a great job at rising up. Like, he did a great job, but to see him fall from grace is really a sad sight to see. Like, I don't even think he realized how much he's spiraling out of control. Back to what I was saying about him accusing Golden of selling her body to him. In our community, in Black communities, a lot of times I'm not a mom yet, but I have a mom, and I know a lot of single mothers, and it's unfortunate that women do it too. They use the children as pawns. So if you not sexing me, I'm not gonna give you no money for my kid. A lot of times that happens. This is something that people don't talk about. A lot of times mothers are forced to still sleep with the baby father so the baby father can help them with childcare, so the baby father could pick the kids up on certain days from school, so the baby father will actually come over to the home and be active in their children's lives. What Pharaoh is doing, it does not seem like, of course, I'm sure he loves his kids. I would never ever discredit that or say that anyone doesn't love their kids. But in the live, he was like, "Yo, I want to see my fucking kids." And she said, "All right, I'll bring them to you." And he said, "For how long?" She said, 2 months. He said, "Oh no, that's not gonna work." Now 2 months, that's way too long for me to have my kids that I'm on the internet cursing you for filth because I want my kids so bad, but you want to leave them here for 2 months. No. Meanwhile, the mother is the sole provider of the children. He wants her back. That's how that's coming across to me. He wants Golden Beauty back. He wants his family back. Like she was saying, when she could get a word in, he's lonely, basically. He's in that big house by himself. His girlfriend Martina got on the phone and was like, "We not even dating." She didn't even know she was on live because she probably wouldn't have said that. I was like, ugh, this ain't looking too good for you, my man. This is not looking too great. And as intelligent as he might be book-wise, it doesn't seem like he's the smartest common sense-wise, because he was admitting to shooting at her house. He was threatening to shoot up her family and to attack her brother, and to, like, why are you saying all of these incriminating things on the internet? The internet is the internet, okay? He was just going on and on, admitting to every single thing that he was accused of doing. And I was just like, what is happening? Like, why? Who is advising him? Like, where is his people? Like, I just really honestly, I feel kind of bad for him, because I feel like he doesn't have anybody. And she honestly, to me, she seems really sweet. I don't know these people. I just see them on the internet. But she seems really sweet and genuine. And like, she actually did try to make it work, even though he did a whole lot of fuckery to her. Because she really actually loves him. Out of everybody, it seems like she really loves him the most. I mean, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But he kept saying that they still sexing, and she's still coming over and giving him fellatio and putting herself on, FaceTime and doing all of these other things. And she was just like, you're a liar. Like, you're lying. I've watched some of her lives where she actually talks about, she's an Aries, by the way, but she has a lot of Virgo placements as well. I hear her say that a lot. And I do this when I'm nervous, or I feel like my back is up against the wall, I'll start laughing. It's a nervous reaction. It doesn't mean that you're not taking it seriously, because a lot of people was bashing her like, oh, you're not taking it seriously, and you better take heed to what he's saying. And she was like, I'm laughing. First of all, she's fire. Like, you could tell that when she gets mad, she goes there. And I have a Sag placement. I can't exactly remember where, but that little bit of fire that I have, me with being a Virgo, I police myself a lot because I could get crazy. I know that. So I will walk away. I'd rather people think I'm a fucking pussy. I don't care, because I'd rather that than to pick up something or just snap and be in jail somewhere. So I feel like she's learned how to police herself and how to deal with him accordingly, because she doesn't want to lose her cool, because it's hard. Once you get, it's really hard to reel yourself back in once you start flipping and wigging out, especially her being an Aries. She has that fire. She has that, and I'm sure when she goes there, she could be mean, and her words probably cut really deep, because Aries, they have spitfire tongues. And I just think that he was just trying to make himself look good and save face. And once again, like it really is sad to see his fall from grace, because I really did watch him. I was like, I always enjoyed his content. Like I still to this day think he's extremely intelligent. I just feel like he's around the wrong company. And Virgos are very highly intuitive. We're ruled by our digestive system and our gut area, which, you know, your gut is your second brain. And to be altering your body chemically with like any substances, especially if you're not used to that, when you're really spiritual and you're open and you be channeling and stuff, you inviting in so many different types of spirits. That's why they call alcohol and liquor stores wines and spirits, because it's spirits that literally attach themselves to you. And I know, because Lord knows I've been drunk a few times. I'm not ever gonna sit up here and act like I'm holier than thou. I know. If somebody else comes out, like, does that make it okay? No, but I feel like he's altered his spirit with other entities. And the company that he's keeping may not necessarily be the greatest for him. And because he wants to try to justify the decisions that he's making, he's trying to make it seem okay, which is another thing that I want to touch on, right? And this is no slight to Martina. You know how whatever you do, like, get your money, sis, get them coins, girl. Like, whatever you feel like you need to do to support yourself, I do not judge, because at the end of the day, like, if I was more comfortable with people touching me, I probably would have been at Magic City somewhere. Like, I'm not, you know, like, I mean, I love the way I look. But the whole touching, like, the culture is just not for me. But if it's for you and you're good, then I'm not going to judge you. So it's not even no slight to her. However, I remember, because I was an avid, like, I used to always watch his live streams. I would watch his uploads. And he used to talk really badly about women like her. Like, always talking about Meg the Stallion, old bum ass lace fronts, and he only wanted like a naturalista. Like, he don't like all of that fake shit, fake bodies. And if you gotta augment your body, then that means your man don't like you and he not making you feel good about yourself. And sis definitely has a BBL. Sis definitely got implants. Sis definitely be wearing lace fronts. And sis definitely got her hoo-ha. You could Google it. So that's just ironic to me. Like, when and how did he change so much to whereas it seems like everything that he was against is what now he's for? Like, he did a whole 360, and it's kind of, it's interesting to watch, not just because, you know, you want to see somebody like fall, but just from a psych point of view. It's like, how, like, what triggers, what was triggered, like, what is it that he's experiencing, what has he suppressed, what traumas is now playing out for the world to see, for his audience to see. And when he did it, I saw another live where he was like, yeah, because I want Nicki Minaj and I want Chloe. And it's like, yo, these are the same women that you could literally talk and call them bum ass lace fronts and talk about how they fucking up the youth and how they got fake bodies and fake hair. Like, he literally used to denounce the same type of woman that he's now on OnlyFans with. And then to accuse Golden of selling herself to him when that was probably the only way she could get money to get diapers. We don't know her story. And that was her baby father. So, I mean, what he thought? She was just supposed to lay down and get down. And she said herself that he's not the type of guy that you could say no to. So she probably felt pressured and her back was up against the wall, and somebody that she already has a rapport with, somebody that she's already intimate with in the rawest way possible because they have 2 children. You gonna pay like you weigh. Because I need stuff for the kids. You're not giving it to me unless I give you something. And I honestly feel like that's how that went. So he now feels like he got ammo to say, oh, you sell this, you sell. No, I feel like she was trying to get the essentials for her children. And he was telling her, well, what you gonna do? Well, you know, like, well, what, you want this from me, I want this from you. Like, I feel like it went like that. I don't think she was just like, Pharaoh, if you give me $500, I'll do this. Like, I don't see that. I don't know them personally. Once again, I'm gonna keep reiterating, I don't know them. But just, you know, I'm very analytical. Like, I'm always analyzing and observant. Like, I'm a Virgo. Like, we pay attention to details and I listen very intently and very carefully when, you know, I hear people talk about things. I look at body language. I see what they got going on. And I think she's lost her way when she was dealing with him. And I feel like she's trying to find herself and regain her confidence. And I'm happy for her. I hope that Pharaoh finds himself again, really who he actually is authentically, because now it seems like he's trying to figure out, he's trying to grasp at different I'm not going to say this is not who he is, because we also don't know him like that. And now he's starting to put his actual stuff out there more. But it just seems like we all got different facets of our personality, right? Like me, like I'm not one person. I got a song called Toxic Dick. I burn sage. In my video, I'm burning sage, saying I'm trying to get this bad spirit up off me. I'm burning candles. You know what I'm saying? I be twerking. I drink Henny sometimes. I be drinking, but I be drinking soursop and sea moss. So we all have different angles. But I feel like he's exploring an angle now, and I don't know if this phase is gonna stick, because I feel like at some point he's probably gonna look back and have regrets. With that being said, I'm gonna go. I just wanted to talk about like an unevolved Virgo man. Like he's coming across extremely unevolved, because if he was, he would have more poise. He would be a little more quiet. He would be more discerning with who he has around him. But when you're unevolved, you're erratic, you're fucking batshit crazy, you're still intelligent, you still have that magnetism, you still have all of those things. But the downside, the dark side of a Virgo is what Young Pharaoh is displaying right now. The name calling, the bitch to this, the aggression. It's like he needs to feed something. And he's using her at every chance he gets, because he talks about her constantly, and then we'll turn around and be like, she's obsessed with me, she's trying to get me back. No, you talk about her every single time you say anything. You blame this girl for you getting on OnlyFans with Martina. First of all, if you was my nigga and you talk about your baby mama, I would be feeling some type of way. Like, hold up, you doing a little too much. You giving a little too much energy to that situation, and I'm sitting right here next to you like, what's really good? You want to go back there. That's basically what that is. When somebody can't stop talking about somebody, whether it be negative or positive, it's an obsession. I think he's obsessed. And unevolved Virgos be obsessed. Evolved Virgos be obsessed sometimes. But an evolved, obsessed Virgo knows how to control and tame themselves. They're not like, we're more private people. Virgos are more private. We're not that out there. And I feel like he's done so much stuff that he's just like, fuck it, I might as well just let it all out, and I get it. It's like, get ahead of the narrative. Put yourself out there first before people could start creating narratives about you. I completely get it. But I just hope that he continues to grow and regain whatever it is that he lost, and just deal with whatever traumas and triggers that he has, and just continue to work on his shadow self, because he does not seem like the same person at all. And we all change. We all have seasons. We all have phases. But what happened to the black woman was God? What happened to that? Now we bitches and hoes and sluts and selling pussy. Like, what is going on? What happened to bum ass lace fronts? Are you getting fake bodies and doing bad stuff to influence the youth? And now you on OnlyFans. Like, what is going on? For real. Young Pharaoh is lonely. I know what it's like to feel lonely. Like, when you have a creative mind and you are different, you don't really connect with people that much. So when you do, like I said early on in this video, it's hard to sever those ties. And I honestly feel like Golden kept him balanced. It really seems like she was a kind of an anchor for him. Like, even her, going at him with the chicks that he was messing with, that was an anchor. She was a buffer. Now he don't got that. And look at how he's spiraling. And he was also on like parole or something. So that also was a buffer. Like, it kept him, contained and controlled to some degree. But when you have freedom, you got clout, you got money, you got fame. Like, he started crossing over to other worlds. He just started changing. I don't know. I hope he's gonna be good though. Like, cause I just don't rock with the disrespect. Like, you don't have to call her out her name. Your kids is gonna see this one day, and y'all have girl children together. So you want your daughters to see this and think it's okay to call women bitches and hoes and sluts and thoughts, and that's not okay. It's just not. I don't care how much you feel like she wronged you. You don't go and shoot at her house and then blame her for it. Like, and then say, bring my kids. Who in their right mind is gonna bring their kids into an environment, a hostile environment like that? I wouldn't. We would have to meet like somewhere in the public with a mediator. I don't know, because I don't believe in keeping children away from their fathers. But if he's displaying this type of behavior, talking about how he gonna shoot up people and talking, I'm gonna shoot you in your face, like, that's death threats. And she's their mother. That's her offspring. They're half of her. If you don't like me, it's no way I'm gonna have you with my children. I don't care. Like, you can't be around my kids. And then his house did seem like a revolving door. I saw the lives where he just had random guys flying out from God knows where, vlogging their trek to his house, and he let them in, and all of a sudden this is 5-star general or whatever he was calling the guy. You don't know these people, Pharaoh, and you keep talking about how Golden got all these people around your kids, strangers that you don't fucking know. You got strange people that you don't even know in your house. Somebody just need to make the fuck sense. It's just it's the delusion and the delirium for me. Once again, I always rock with him. I really, he was just lit. He was dope. Like, his content was everything. Like, he was very well versed. He was well read. Like, he just seemed to be in control of himself. And now it seems like he's out of control. And that's an unevolved Virgo, because we are very controlled. We are kind of controlling to a degree. I don't really be trying to control other people, but when it comes to my life and my image, when I feel out of control, I act out a little bit. You know what I mean? Or I'll be like, fuck it, I might as well just go to the very edge. It is what it is. We here, we gonna do this, let's do it. Does that make it okay? Maybe in some cases, but in his case, absolutely not. Because his edge is shooting people and threatening people and calling all crazy names. Like, that is never okay. That is the mother of your children at the end of the day. Why would you want your kids to be able to see you cursing their mother out like that? Then maybe they're gonna grow up to think it's okay for a man to treat them like that. Especially, oh, well, I didn't do what he wanted me to do, so he could call me bitches and hoes and sluts and mutts. No, in no case is it okay for a man to be verbally abusive to a woman. And she wasn't even saying hardly, she couldn't even really get a word in to defend herself. But I know that fire sign, and she got Virgo placement, she has snap in her. So she has to, like, let me reel it in. I've done that. I've got into arguments with guys out in the street, and I'm like, when we get home, I'm going to rip your fucking ass. But in public, I can't do this because it's going to get crazy. And then we all going to be looking crazy. Like, let's do that behind closed doors. Like, but for him to be out online calling all types of, I don't fuck with that. I'm sorry. It just, like, his credibility was here, and he's just been knocking himself down. And can he regain himself? Can he, like, I don't know. I feel like everybody deserves a second chance. I honestly, it's 2022. It's people just, look at the world. Everybody's a porn star on OnlyFans or on Pornhub. It's not even like a taboo thing anymore. Like, Cardi B, she was a stripper prostitute. Jocelyn, a stripper prostitute. She got a pimp house on Zeus Network that's got ratings gold. So there's no rules. It's just he needs to take accountability and really make amends with his baby mother publicly. He needs to apologize to her. That's what I think. Because it doesn't matter what she said. Oh, you messing up my brand. No, you messing up your own brand by cursing her out for filth. Like, and then you will say, I didn't do this, and then contradict yourself and say, I did it because, like, what? You up here telling us every goddamn thing that she said you did, you actually did it. But you start off by saying, I didn't do this. Y'all, you saying you was in a domestic, well, I beat your ass, cuz. Like, what? Are we all watching? Is it just me, or am I, like, what is happening? It's a ghetto circus. I don't know, but you know what? I just hope they get it together. And I'm about to go. I love y'all. Vibrate high.